everyone. Welcome to another stream of this game. Second. Okay. Welcome to another stream of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, the trilogy. Little fun fact, the sequel of this trilogy is coming out very soon, actually. Hello. I think D. Williams is here. What's up? How you doing? D. Williams, I hope you're ready for a crazy case. There's a part of me that wants to wait for, more people to come in. Because it's the start of a new case. I want people to see this. Give me a second. Let me get in my chat room. Fast as F. Now, what did I say you about saying F-bombs? Absolutely nothing? You're right. I am glad that you're here. Hope you're doing well. Are you ready? Ready for some Ace Attorneys? Because I know I am. Last time we beat the one case, the chef case, and it was crazy and confusing and crazy. And now, you're starting case 4. Turnabout 1-1 trial. You guys ready? Are you guys ready? Is anyone else gonna come in? Angel Love, what's up? Are you ready, Angel Love, for some more Ace Attorneys? I hope you are. I'll give it a minute or so while we wait for people to come in. If you're on YouTube watching this, 1, sorry, just waiting for peeps to get in, and 2, why are you watching this? Why are you watching this, you poor soul? Watching a cringy Twitch streamer read Ace Attorney? You poor soul. But if you are watching this on YouTube, thanks, I appreciate ya. Yeah, you're ready? Hopefully everyone else is ready too. I'll give it 40 more seconds. And if rest of the peeps aren't here, then oh well. They can watch it on the VOD or whatever. What has everyone been up to today? What's everyone been doing? My day was chill. I did some Pokemon Tectonic training, and that game's gonna be rough. I don't know if I can even beat that game, to be honest. You did school? Nice. You did school and arts. Awesome! Well, it's time, guys. Let's begin now. Let's begin. The girl. Let her go. School, tired and headache. Say Foursquare, what's up? Shut up. Come closer, and I kill her. I don't think that's the voice I'll give to him. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Bang. Whoa. Oh my goodness. Whoa, what's this? I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my longtime mentor, Mia Fey. Okay.
Name, Terry Voss. Charge, kidnapping, murder. Sentence, death penalty.
Okay.
After escaping, Falls met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Recaptured on Eagle Mountain after 8 hours after his escape.
Hey, Mafia Babe. Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met. Ready for case 4, Mafia Babe? 6 years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case.
Eek!
Ah, good morning. Don't be jumpy, Mia. I didn't do nothing, I swear. I didn't kill nobody. Terry Falls, My first client, sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway? Ugh.
Eek! I'm sorry.
Ugh, I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. I didn't escape from nowhere. But, Mr. Falls, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago. Ugh, sorry, I told a little lie. Oh boy. But anyway, I didn't do it. I never killed nobody. Sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right? Ugh.
Eek! I'm really sorry.
They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she lied in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I swear it, I didn't kill her. I could never do that. 2 days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when he crashed. Then about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. The police believe that Terry Falls did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman? Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped. So that much is true. He didn't meet with the victim. But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true. I can trust him, right? I mean, I should. Ha. Huh. This guy looks kind of familiar. Oh well, probably just my imagination. You're not going to figure out the truth by just staring at the guy. Why are you here? I came to see how our little kitten was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den. I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with. Where's Mr. Grossberg? Ha, the old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando. I didn't say... So, Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me? No. You've got it all wrong. Today, you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for a first client. Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it, though. Ha, relax. I just heard some good news. The prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well. Really? However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned the reputation as a genius since the beginning of his law career. Genius? Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Sharpen those claws of yours. It's go time. Doesn't that guy look familiar, Mafia babe? A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. Okay. Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Falls. Whoa, who's this judge? The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Hey, this person looks familiar too. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey. Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor. So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age. At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little kitten hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh? Come on, Mia, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Wasn't looking, you're drawing right now? Ah, gotcha. Can you see him now? Young people running a trial? I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon, is that correct? Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered. So we're here to determine if Mr. Falls was responsible for her death? You got it, kitten. Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement. Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. Very familiar. Lots of familiar people here, huh? The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old. A truly horrible crime, I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. Correct, but in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony. A witness's testimony? The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered, so Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. That policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be exactly the victim, the same woman that was killed 2 days ago? Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne. Ah, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago, with only one thing on his mind, to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha! The truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Wait a minute, that's not right. At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Grr. Watch yourself, Miss Fay. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice. Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders. Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness. I call the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case. Oh my gosh. Look who it is, with a different coat. Witness, state your name and occupation. Gumshoe, Dick Gumshoe. I'm the homicide detective in charge of this case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago. I don't believe anyone asked you about that. Hey, ma'am, you got any idea how much work it takes? What is it? You're really gorgeous. Excuse me? No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you. Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache. Okay, I got it. You missed Edgeworth. Well, he's back. Or past Edgeworth. Now, Detective, tell us about the incident. Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss. But much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself. Yes, sir, I gotcha. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge, and the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir. He's before, not after? He's the before, Edgeworth. Everyone is the before. I see. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge? The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge. Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there. Your Honor. If you would listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on the bridge that day. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm not sure I like you, wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony. Yes, sir. Here we go, Mia. Hang on. Okay, now, listen carefully, kitten. One little mistake and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time to meet with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at the police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. Okay. Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge. Naturally. Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Coming right up. Hey, settle down there, kitten. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here. The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right. Especially for a beginner. I don't need you to worry about me. I mean the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here. Ha, you got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you've got, kitten. It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all last night watching. Oh yeah, those'll help. Those'll help for sure. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the surgeon and asked to meet. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right? Sorry, but I'm afraid I do. What? The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls. What? The defendant? The defendant called her? Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls. A note? Yeah, a top-secret memo that she left in her desk. Okay. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Falls. Let's see. Stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Remember that, everyone. There's the bridge. And, here's this note. February 14th, 1:21 p.m. Falls 4:30 p.m. That bridge. Wear white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Huh, what does that mean, I wonder? Hey, Captain Chips. What's up? How you doing? You're here. Welcome to case number 4, where the judge is different. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me? Ha, looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer. It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person. Hey now, don't make that face at me. Who's the dead? The dead... His name is Armando? Yes. The dead is, this person. Someone named Valerie Hawthorne. This is the person we're defending, a death row inmate. And he escaped from custody 2 days ago. This is a hotshot lawyer, a defense attorney, Diego Armando. Never saw him before. Miles Edgeworth. He's the prosecutor we're facing against. And there's Dick Gumshoe. Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to. Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Val Hawthorne, didn't we see her sister? Maybe. Probably. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there? Because it is a very important place to the defendant, that's why. What do you mean by that? If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed the hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge. The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls. Ha! Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Was the body of the victim discovered right away? Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move, we got you surrounded." Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that? The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains, so how did they find out about the crime so quickly? Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned this phone call to someone else, right? Ha. If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed. She never mentioned a phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive. I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. The criminal stuffed her body into his trunk car and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls had a car then? Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right? What? You mean the defendant drove his own car? No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light. Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure how he feels about anything? This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Oh dear. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there. Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Falls, he's the fall guy. Yep. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct? Yeah. Ha. For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back. We're talking about a woman here? You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm. The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car? Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange, do you? Anyway. I see something strange, alright? Witness? What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry, I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like this. Just to remind you, Captain Chips, this is her first trial. The one we saw earlier was her second one, so this is the first. Grr. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this. Say there, little kitten, want a piece of my coffee candy? Candy? Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee. Grr. Come on, Mia, shake it off, you're a lawyer. She got totally destroyed on first campaign, eh? We'll see. We'll see what happened during the first campaign. Right now. Detective? Yes, ma'am? This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it, is that correct? Yeah, that's what I said. Well then, I suggest you take another look at the note written by the victim. The note? It very clearly says, wear white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like. Thus, this special request. I have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo. Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am. And you stopped there? You should have looked for it. Arrgh! The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this? I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is this the one, perchance? Where did you find that, sir? On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation. Hey Meg, what's up? Seems like a rude way. How are you, Join? It's all fine, Meg. How you doing? I'm doing good. You should stay and listen to the case. It's very intense and good. But if you remind me afterwards, Meg, I'll do it. How does that sound? What? Why? Why didn't you tell me? I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel. It's the safest place I know. The hotshot sure has a flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for. It looks like it spent some time in the mud. Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day. Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. Okay. But yeah, I hope your day was good. The court will accept the scarf into evidence. Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with this testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Fay? Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck. Very good. Now, if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively, and with hard evidence, that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on that bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there. That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Hark, everything is moving at his whim. Don't forget, kitten, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius. A genius, huh? Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. It must have been when the scarf fell off. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up. It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below. Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway? Let's just say that it was a well-intentioned third party. Aha, potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom? Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify. The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we see no reason to compel them to testify. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Is it Lotta Hart again and her photos? So as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge. Aha, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. Who is this eyewitness? She's a college student. A female college student? That's right, meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I come to testify for her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all. What is that supposed to mean? The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on a vague testimony of a female college student. A female college student, eh? It means she's female and a college student, sir. If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why. Grrr. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing a scarf, sir. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, alright. So, about the witness who took this photo, what was this person doing all the way in the mountains? She was taking photos of wild flowers, apparently. There are many unusual types of flora on that mountain, Miss Fay. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there. Spirits? Now that you mention it, but this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it. No, Your Honor, no. I don't think it's a ghost. This judge is even weirder than the other one. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Drizzling, huh? That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Haha. Looks like a cold front just moved in. In any case. The point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. I even slipped and fell a little while I was on the bridge. It was really something. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. I think we can do it here. Let's see. Push the victim down, right? Nope. Fudge.
Fudge. I don't remember.
Is that part of the witness's testimony as well? Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach. I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed, or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales on the way he says brutal, I wonder if he's Canadian. Ha! Save your nasty look for the right person. Huh? Take a good look. Take a look, poor baby. The court record seems to have wet itself. Hey, watch where you spill your coffee. The court record, huh? Okay, so it's definitely here. Maybe it's, the scarf. Nope. I love having a crappy memory, guys. I love it. Stabbed her in the back. Stabbed in the back. Nope. I'll give it a couple more times. Diego is something of a tease. Crime photo. If it's alright, D. Williams, let me try and solve it myself, alright? Thank you for the help, but don't help me anymore if that's okay, please. Thank you. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct? Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. To be fair, Alti did save us some time. Yeah, a little bit. Don't often remember though, so you just said it. I gotcha. Still, best let me do it on me own if that's alright. This is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about the photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the conditions that day? Oh, I can't save it either. Oh no. She fell down. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat? As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky Bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. Erk. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled. I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of on a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard, pride of the legal league, would be wet but not muddy. Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken. Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day? The surface of the bridge, huh? Ha, a real man wouldn't stand for a taunt like this. Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here is the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf! The evidence is this scarf. Ah, that should be obvious. The scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy. It means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud. Urgh. No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo. Hey, same to you, buddy. Miss Faye's assertion makes perfect sense to me. I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction? Huh? For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we? Alright. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here. Ha. You're doing pretty well for a little kitten. Mr. Armando, no matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a lie. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The false evidence, it's one of those three. What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado over there that said it. This courtroom is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know? Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is. Yes, the false evidence in this case is the... I'm gonna say the testimony. It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is the testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen? Yeah, that's what the witness told us. The testimony is filled with holes. After all, the width of the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true. Ha, it's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that Boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place. Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all. You should brace yourself for the brutal truth. Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the court. We are prepared to present our witness at any time. Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Let's see who the witness is. Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead. Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes. This is it, Mia. The battle begins here. Witness, what is your name and occupation? Wait a minute. Wait a second. Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh, when I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double in a dozen donut holes. I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast. As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her. Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Fay, you can learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear? This is my first time, so I'm sure I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's no trouble at all. Now then, may we please have your name and occupation? My name is, Melissa Foster. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department. You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct? And you were the one who took this photo? Is that accurate? Well, how can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. Uh-oh, I don't like the turn this has taken. And dear God, Edgy cannot get her witnesses to speak. Nope. That's not her name. I don't know. Maybe. Could be. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Fay. I see. So you are. Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Her name was Hawthorne at the beginning of the game, I swear. We'll have to see as the game goes on. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wild flowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that showed the crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? I believe the map would be of help here. I was standing on right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Oh, what a cute camera, just like its owner. Small but powerful model. Alright, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again, and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel. Alright, Melissa Foster, let's do this. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. Oh, I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor? Getting sleepy? Aw, good night, Mafia babe. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Then I noticed there were 2 people standing up on the suspension bridge. Was there anything strange about the 2 of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them, like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Too much info, Your Honor. In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them, especially dressed as they were. Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. So suddenly, they just started fighting. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No, I have no idea. Why do you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. I got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Grrr. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. The crucial moment, huh? Does this look like... Oh, not this. Does this look like the crucial moment to you? Witness, when you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you meant? All I can see in this photo are 2 people facing each other. You testified that you saw the 2 of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing we would refer to as a crucial moment. Why have you presented a photo, or why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see... The photo we presented was the only one there was. But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened then next? You must have taken a photo of it. Oh. My apologies, young lady, but Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. He can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What? Unfortunately, that is the truth. I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All of the other photos are of the witness herself playing amongst the wildflowers. The witness herself? Then who took the photos? Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So, you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Well, wait, just a minute. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh? Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the incident that you took with your very own eyes. Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really a sucker for sweet talk. Ha. It looks like the other kitten in the room is the one that's getting all the attention. Yeah, it's sickening.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wild flowers, but I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. They just started fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run away, but she only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back.
She only got 10 yards, huh? But what would have happened if she ran 10 yards, though? From the left to the right? Huh. Witness, your testimony is a joke.
Huh? What? But I just...
Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry.
One short testimony and two bad contradictions.
There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions?
It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area.
According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were, and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have run even 5, because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on that side.
Wah!
Hey, Reddit Express! Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? It's good to see ya after all this time. And welcome to the Ace Attorneys. What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little lie. That's all there is to it. This beautiful young lady has been lying to the court? Just a moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. Our schedules never seem to align. It's rough, but you're here now, though. I'm glad that you have finally arrived here.
And hey, Mick! What's up? How you doing?
Good to see you, too. I'm doing great. I'm playing one of my old favorite games from the past. Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion. What do you mean? There's one major mistake in this diagram. What did you say? What are you referring to? It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it. So you're saying... I'm saying that even though the bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident. But that's ridiculous! You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. You're good, Mick? Awesome. Ha, this guy is good. Huh? What do you mean? He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, all right. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy. What? That coward! Well, Miss Faye, it seems you once again made a reckless accusation.
I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful about myself.
No, it wasn't your fault at all. Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw. Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony?
But it's so hard to go on.
We're all on your side, Miss Foster. There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir.
You've always wanted to play these games? Oh, you should. They're all gonna be on the Switch soon, just to let you know. The Apollo Justice games are gonna be on the Switch in a couple of days, actually. I would get them for sure. They're the bestest.
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw.
Didn't know that. Guess you're buying them soon. Yeah. You just sold your Switch? Oh no. I think they're on Steam too. You have a Steam account, right? If you do, then they're gonna be on Steam. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult.
Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If he accepts this testimony as it is, we're finished. Don't say that. Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe on the way home. They make a really great mocha latte. This trial isn't over yet. Ha, that's what I like to hear. Alright, Miss Fay, your cross-examination, if you please. This contradiction is staring at you right in the face, Mia. Go for the attack! I think I see the contradiction pretty early, actually. And they carried her over to the car. Alright. The car, huh? Okay. That's not the answer. That is great. That should have been the answer, but I guess it's not the answer yet. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did fall... Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy. If you don't mind, I was asking the witness. No need to be so rude. Well, young lady? Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could. Ha, we're on one step too slow. And then what did the defendant do after that? Actually, wait, go back. This is the one. Maybe. I better save just in case, though. Just in case it's wrong. Maybe I'm jumping the gun again, as I always do. Yes, I am. Son of a bee. Whoa! After he clicked her back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Carried her over to the car. Wait, can I do it? Maybe I did it on the wrong one. Oh, man. I do have the guide up, just in case. I'm not supposed to solve this contradiction right now. I have to solve the other contradiction right now. Didn't know that... Oh, I read that already. Alright, give me a second, guys. My memory is poop. I am going a little ahead. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, I'm doing the contradictions in the wrong order. Suppose that's the only way he could have made sure the body stayed hidden. Please get me back into my chat room. Phone? Thank you. A killer not wanting his victim to be found. I can understand that. Mood, I know, right? However, the idea of moving the body for a purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you'll see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river. For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful current. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered. Ah! In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at the same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Ho ho! Order, order, order! I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Fay, but I must admit it does seem odd to have not thrown the body into the river. Ooh, well, Mr. Edgeworth? How sad. Perhaps Miss Fay would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature. What are you talking about? My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw. Quite true. Miss Fay, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous. Surely you can't deny that. The body was found in the trunk of the car. That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us.
Please, witness, go on with your testimony. I'll try. All you have to do is tell us the only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about?
All right, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked up her air-burning arms. Killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
Alright, this one is the one, I think. Edge sucks. I know, that Edgeworth. This was like past Edgeworth too, so he especially sucks here. Here we go. Now we have the right contradiction. Well, Miss Foster, looks like you've done it this time.
Done what?
Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye?
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. You're saying you saw that, right?
With your very own eyes?
Yes, and?
It's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram.
The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, the outcropping of the rock is directly in the way.
Ah! That's right, Mr. Foster. From where you were standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car.
Ah!
I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of a rock. However, it isn't so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car.
That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine.
I'm so sorry, but this just doesn't wash.
I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes?
This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff.
Ah!
Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car.
No!
Order in the court. What is the meaning of all this ballyhoo? Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness is very upset. She must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it. But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes.
Oh. Mr. Judge?
What is it?
I think I must have remembered things wrong.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that. Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect. Yes, indeed. Quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here.
What? That's not fair.
Ha! Save the tears for later, kitten. Mr. Armando, don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward.
But that wasn't fair.
Okay, kitten, you need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there.
So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk?
Aha!
Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom. Well, witness?
Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain that they were scratch marks from when he broke into it.
What? Let me see that photo. It's true. These certainly look like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. Better save it then. What she just said, is there a contradiction in there somewhere? It doesn't work. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself.
What?
You said you were in a field taking photos of wild flowers.
But even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is, when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally. I finally got her. Ha! I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Fey explained herself. Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason this witness had seen the scratches was... she put the corpse in herself. There's only one way that the witness had a chance to see those scratches. Yes? What is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was... Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Falls had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about the scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Falls that put the body in the trunk. No! But preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there? If that were true, then how do you explain the photo shoot that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. We already know that at the time she was taking photographs. That was your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is the shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. Let's take another look at this camera and see what features it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a mini tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture. What are you trying to say then, Miss Fey? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed? Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes, she was somewhere else. Exactly. She was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further? Oh, you're saving? Okay, here we go. Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? And answering that question will also make clear that Miss Foster's true identity. Well then, please answer the question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Where could she have been, guys? Maybe... here. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order, order, order! Miss Fey, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After parting with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. How asinine. Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Miss Terry Falls. You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne. What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Who exactly is the victim in this photo? It's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Falls met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Falls himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne. But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted. But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore. You are just making this stuff up as you go along. Where's your proof? I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Miss Falls had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. Mr. Falls had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. Ah! It was Mr. Falls who requested that she wear this ice scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Melissa Foster? No. Here we go. Alright, we got her. Case closed. Where's Miss Foster? She's collecting herself in the lobby. It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together. The only question is, why did she do it? Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Ha. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor. Understood. Very well, this court is in recess. Except Edgy hasn't lost a case. Very true. Edgy hasn't lost a case. But how is this gonna end, guys? February 16th. Hey, that's next month. Mr. Falls, Eek! I'm sorry. I want to say thanks. You're real good. You really hooked me up. Thanks. We're almost there. Once I prove that she committed the crime. Yeah, but there's one more big obstacle we gotta get past. Obstacle? Yeah, motive. Why would Melissa Foster kill that policewoman anyway? Motive, huh? Anyway, we're still badly in need of information. Information? Right. What we need the most info about is this Melissa Foster herself. All we know is that she's a student studying literature. And one more thing? What is it? Well, the incident that happened 5 years ago, of course. The kidnapper murder case that Zebra Boy is on death row for. I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never lie. Mr. Falls, in that case, tell us more about it. About what happened 5 years ago. Okay, I trust you. That day, 5 years ago, I dream of it every day. This picture, it reminds me of everything. Bridge looks same, just like then, 5 years ago. Like it could fall apart any minute. So it's been broken like that for at least 5 years. Ha. Sorry, buddy, but you sound like the one that could fall apart. But you sound like the one that could fall apart at any minute. It's true. I did kidnap her. 5 years ago, I kidnapped my girlfriend, Dahlia Hawthorne. Your girlfriend? Huh? Hey, hold on there. Did you say Hawthorne? The victim's last name. Dahlia Hawthorne, Valerie's little sister. What? Are you serious? Yep, that was the name. The girl, let her go. Shut up. Come closer, and I kill her. Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. The detective back then was Valerie Hawthorne. At first I thought shooting someone for a kidnapping was crossing the line, but if it was to protect her little sister, I can understand why she did it. She did it. Wrong. No protect sister. Valerie betray me. Betray us. What do you mean she betrayed you?
Everything. All lies. All make-believe. Kidnapping, too.
A make-believe kidnapping?
Dahlia, my girlfriend, my love, my teen angel.
Ugh, did he actually just say my teen angel? He's seen one too many soap operas.
I'd do anything she says, anything Dahlia says.
Anything Dahlia says? Hold on a minute. So what you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by...
Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too.
Valerie was in on it?
Dahlia's family rich. Jewelry business. We get one jewel, that's what we thought. Me and Dahlia wrote kidnap note. We sent to her dad, asking for $2 million diamond. Tell him to make exchange on Dusky Bridge. We tell him Valerie make transfer cause she knew detective.
Having a police detective in your pocket is a useful thing, alright. In the end, you were planning on splitting the 2 million 3 ways, huh?
Yeah, but that woman... That woman, Valerie, she'd do it for real. She'd shoot at me for real, me and Dahlia.
Bang.
I was shot in arm, Dahlia. She jump in river.
Jump? You don't mean she jumped on purpose, do you?
I couldn't do it. I could never push her. Anyway, I blacked out. Wake up with police all over.
And that's when they decided to give you the death sentence.
I couldn't believe it. That woman, she betrayed me.
That man, Terry Falls, he killed her. He threw her off the bridge. He threw my beloved sister into the roaring river 40 feet below.
These 5 years, all I wonder is, why? Why did she lie? That's all I want to know.
So that's why you called her. You wanted to hear the truth from Valerie herself.
Yes, but I forget what she looks like, so I tell her to wear scarf. I don't want to hurt her, just ask why. Why? Why did you lie? Why did you betray me? I just want to hear answer come from her mouth, that's all.
So that's why you made a crazy escape like that. Just one thing, Zebra Boy. My senses are tingling all over. Tell me, Mr. Falls, where is it? Huh? Where's what? Come on now, kitten. The ransom. The $2 million diamond. Remember that now? Did you give it back to Pops? Did the police take it?
I don't know.
Huh? You don't know?
No, really. I don't know. It's gone. With Dahlia.
With Dahlia?
That day, on the bridge, Dahlia put it in backpack. Now gone, with Dahlia, gone forever, into Eagle River.
Dang, rest in peace, Dahlia. It disappeared with Dahlia, huh? Wait a minute. You can come back in now. We're about ready to go. Mr. Falls, just one more question. When you said with Dahlia, do you mean the diamond is still missing? Along with the body of Dahlia Hawthorne?
Never found her. My sweet Dahlia.
They never found her?
Swallowed by river. Gone. Dahlia. My teen angel.
Your teen angel? How old was she anyway?
Just 14.
But 14? Guess you were robbing cradles before diamonds. She plans a fake kidnapping and disappears into the river with a rock worth 2 mil. Man, oh man. Angels these days? Falls takes the fall and gets a one-way ticket to death row. Is Dahlia Hawthorne an angel, or is she really a... It's time, kitten. It looks like we have a few more aces up our sleeve now. You bet. Whew. The training wheels come off now, Mia. You've got to strike while the iron is hot. That's one of my rules. Remember it.
Whew.
We learned a lot of stuff right now. Give me a second, guys. Okay. Let's go.
Now then, let's continue with the trial of Mr. Terry Falls. Witness, are you feeling better?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll try my best.
You're a brave young lady.
Not this again. I can understand a defense lawyer wanting to get her client off the hook. However, to try and pin the crime on an innocent student is... What are you talking about? My witness is not the person on trial here. She's an innocent bystander who witnessed a violent crime. That's all. What possible reason would a girl like this have for murdering a policewoman? It's certainly hard to imagine this woman as a murderer. Her motive, huh? I figured that's what I had to establish next. Well, Miss Faye, do you have any evidence of a motive? Yes, of course. I think. Ha. You're still acting as tame as a kitten. Mr. Armando, listen. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Smiling on the outside while your guts are twisted in knots is the mark of a pro. Maybe so, but I wish you would quit grinning at me like that. Excuse me, may I speak, Mr. Judge? Of course, Mr. Judge is ready anytime you like. I'd like to say something. Some people here are suspicious of me, right? That's why I at least wanted you, Mr. Judge, to know it's not true. I see. You're such an honest and upstanding young lady. Looks like this witness is a real professional. What do you mean? Look at that 100-watt smile. Just when things are darkest for her, click, she lights right up. Very well then, let's hear what the witness has to say. I was out of the country until the year before last. Until I entered college, I never had been to Eagle Mountain before, and I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago? Or kidnapping a poor girl? I just think the defendant is a terrible, horrible monster. Out of the country, eh? Precisely. Furthermore, she has no possible motive for committing murder. Indeed. You're up to bat, kitten. Sharpen those claws and put on your best smile. You bet. Somehow I have to tie her to this case. Alright. Better do the save. So, what country were you living in then? We were all living abroad, but after my parents were killed, it was a brutal civil war. She had to try to make her way back home alone. I lost everything. I didn't even have any personal identification. What kind of sob story is this? What do I do? Should I press her for details? Press. Witness, answer my question. I'll even repeat it for you. What country were you in? Your Honor, this line of questioning is childish. What country she was in, and how many languages she may speak are irrelevant here. What we're here to evaluate is whether this witness has a connection to this case. I've lived abroad ever since I was a little girl. That's why I could never have known Mr. Falls or Detective Hawthorne. Yes, I think we've established that point. Yes, indeed. Well then, shall we add what you just said to the official testimony? Yes, please, Mr. Judge. Actually, I didn't know either the victim or the defendant. Didn't know either person? Are you certain of that? Yes, I'm afraid I'm rather shy around people. Oh well, that can't be helped. Why is he just agreeing with everything that comes out of her mouth? The first time you saw either of them were when they were on the bridge, correct? Yes, it really was a coincidence. Till I entered college, I had never even been to Eagle Mountain before. So what made you decide to go to Eagle Mountain anyway? I just love being outdoors. Picnics, hiking, you know, that sort of thing. You don't look like much of a hiker to me, but you do look like a digger of sorts. But Eagle Mountain is a 2-hour drive from here and no trains run through there. There are plenty of mountains that are closer and easier to get to. Well, I went there once with the college hiking club. I fell in love with its stark, desolate beauty and its cold yet romantic gloominess. Didn't know you were such a goth. By the way, what's the name of your college? Prosecution objects to any questions that involve the witness's private life. All that matters is that she is a material witness to a crime. The witness doesn't need to respond to questions that are clearly malicious in intent. Thank you, she's really gone too far. Miss Faye, you're treading on thin ice here. I hardly said anything. Talk about sensitive. And I certainly don't have any reason for wanting to hurt a police officer. Perhaps, but your behavior that day was very suspicious. Not only have you contradicted yourself here in court, but you know things you shouldn't. For example, the scratches on the trunk of the car. Well, that's... Unfortunately, Miss Fay, your last statement proves nothing. Oh, really? And why is that? The witness came to the police station once to identify the suspect. It's entirely possible that at the time an officer showed her this photo. That seems like a rather serious mistake. Ha, that's the oldest trick in the prosecutor's book. That's not fair. That wicked inmate, I'll never be able to forget that horrible day. Holding a grudge and killing the officer who testified against you 5 years ago? A grudge? Well, the policewoman's testimony was crucial, wasn't it? Crucial in getting the defendant sentenced to death. Yes, and that's precisely why he harbored such a deep anger against her. So much anger that he forgot his own guilt. My client has always maintained that he's innocent of those charges. He seems rather forgetful. Your client, I mean. Not only did he forget about what he did, but he forgot the poor policewoman as well. What do you mean by that? Your client, he forgot what the defendant looked like, right? It's too bad for her that he didn't forget about her testimony as well. Well, she's right about that. Mr. Falls is kind of forgetful. You said he forgot what the detective looked like. What did you mean by that? Well, he couldn't tell who she was without some kind of identification, right? Quite right. That's why the victim was wearing a scarf as identification. Why, if I had been wearing a white scarf that day, then he probably would have tried to kill me. That's true. He's clearly a bitter man. This is bad. Mr. Falls' reputation just keeps getting worse and worse. Sometimes it's best not to poke too deep. What should I do with that last statement? Your Honor, what the witness said just now was tremendously important. I did add it to the official testimony. The prosecution has no objection. After all, the defendant is a killer and a mentally unbalanced one at that. The testimony only helps to further prove that point. No, that's not why I... Enough. Witness, if you would. My pleasure, Mr. Judge. Guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. Yep, you're lucky you weren't wearing a white scarf, alright. Except it's blue. Witness, I want you to look at this photo you took. It's hard to see in the photo, but look at the scarf the victim wore as identification. Ah, you were talking about this scarf right here, eh? Yes, that's it. The scarf the policewoman was wearing. I've got her now. Just don't mess up. But that's strange. In your testimony, you stated the following. I guess I'm lucky I wasn't wearing a white scarf. What? This is the scarf you identified as belonging to the victim. But it certainly doesn't look white to me. Oh! Well, it was foggy that day, and it was raining as well. It's not surprising that she mistook it for white. Sorry, but not this time. The witness just confirmed that this was the victim's scarf. Yes, but what's the significance? It's true that the scarf doesn't look white, but there's only one explanation for this mix-up. The reason why the witness thought the scarf was white is... this one. Witness, have you ever seen this note? Note? No, never. It's top secret evidence. There's no reason that you would have. I wonder about that. What do you mean? This note shows Mr. Falls' instructions to the victim regarding their meeting. It says, wear white scarf for identification. White scarf? Witness, you knew what this note said, and it's because you knew that you slipped up and mistakenly said white scarf. Erg. Well, Miss Foster? No! Order. Mr. Edgeworth, I'm waiting for an explanation. I'm quite sure this note wasn't leaked to the public, and yet, this witness knew exactly what the note said. At the time of the murder, the number of people that knew were quite limited. Terry Falls is one. The person who wrote the note, Valerie Hawthorne, is another. And finally, one more person. Did you say one more person? That's right. A person that no one would have suspected. Have you figured it out, kitten? Yep. The third person that knew the contents of the note was... Dahlia Hawthorne. And the person is Dahlia Hawthorne. Dahlia Hawthorne? I never heard that name before. Look at the victim's note. This is what it says. Ultima the lawyer? You know it. The best lawyer, right? Only sometimes has to look up a guide. This is what it says. Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time that there is her name right there. Best. So, what's this? Then who is this person? This Dahlia Hawthorne? You can't English? Hey, neither can I, Meg. Who can these days? Who do you think is the killer, Meg, by the way? I mean, we all know, but who could it be? Miss Faye must be desperate if she's trying to bring the dead back to life. The dead? Dahlia Hawthorne was the victim's deceased younger sister. She was killed in a crime 5 years ago. Killed in a crime? You don't mean... Yes, she was kidnapped and killed by Terry Falls. You said she was killed, but was she really? What are you implying? Of course, people thought she had died 5 years ago, when she fell off of Dusky Bridge and was lost in Eagle River. However, her corpse was never found. She was declared legally dead 5 years ago. As far as the law is concerned, Dahlia Hawthorne is officially dead. But the fact remains that her body was never recovered. Dahlia Hawthorne was 14 years old, 5 years ago. If she were still alive, she would be 19 now. Melissa Foster. I believe that's the same age you are. Ah! Even you couldn't... Miss Faye, you're not saying... But I am. That's precisely what I'm saying. This witness before us is the girl that was kidnapped and killed 5 years ago. This girl is in fact Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. What? Ha, nice work. That was like tossing a grenade into a 3-alarm fire. But unless you can tie all the loose ends together, you're nothing but a hit-and-run arsonist. I understand. If I can expose her true nature, I can turn this whole case on its head. Now is my chance to make Mr. Edgeworth squirm. Witness, just who are you anyway? I'm... I didn't think it's come to this. That's enough. You don't have to say any more, witness. Yes, I understand. What? Mr. Edgeworth, explain yourself. Your Honor, I have an admission to make. I honestly never thought the defense would pursue the matter this far. You don't mean... Yes, the prosecutor's office isn't filled with fools, you know. Naturally, we conduct full background checks on all of our witnesses. What did he say? Ha, looks like the kid knew. He knew her true identity from the get-go. No way, but then why? If he hadn't revealed her secret, he wasn't going to say anything about it. All he wanted was her testimony, so he made a little trade. Let me introduce you to the victim's younger sister, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. But, I thought she died 5 years ago. We thought so as well. But, well, as you can see... Why? Why did she hide her identity for 5 years? That has nothing to do with the current case. She was merely an accidental witness to a crime. Accidental? I don't believe that for a minute. For the last 5 years, she's been playing the role of victim. And now we find her acting suspiciously at the scene of another murder. Really, Miss Faye, I must say your strategy here is painfully obvious. You're trying to pin your client's crime on an innocent witness in order to win. At any cost. How dare you? Please, let us take a moment to think. 5 years ago, this girl was kidnapped and nearly killed. But even worse than that, 5 years later, Dahlia Hawthorne lost something much more precious, her big sister. Miss Faye must be insane to even suggest that she murdered her. What? I'm inclined to agree with the prosecutor's logic. Miss Faye, do you have any evidence to back up your assertion? What possible reason would this witness have for killing her beloved sister? Well, you see, I thought I was winning, but somehow he turned it around on me.
Ha. I think you need a little push in the right direction, kitten. The defense is prepared to present the evidence supporting our claim.
That wasn't me. It was this guy, this crazy coffee addict.
I think we've heard enough empty threats from you, old man. Ha, what makes you think they're empty, boy?
Because your protege looks like she's sweating bullets. I am sweating bullets.
You think you're in a tough spot, huh?
Of course, aren't I?
No, you've just arrived at the moment of truth, that's all. Whether you win or lose, that's up to you.
Up to me? The rashness of youth. How charming. This coming from someone younger than me.
Now then, let's not waste any more time. Miss Faye?
Yes, save the game, that's fine. What motive would this witness have for murdering her own sister, Valerie Hawthorne?
Maybe a diamond?
What is this? Is this the defense's idea of a joke? If so, I certainly don't get the punchline. Well, Miss Faye?
Nope. That's not it.
It would be the diamond, but I guess it's something else, eh? Maybe this? The story starts after Terry Falls escaped. He called Valerie and told her he wanted to meet. This is the note she left. It says, "Talk to Dahlia. Tell her this time the whole truth must come out." Valerie Hawthorne gave Dahlia a warning. She told her she was going to reveal to the world the whole truth. The whole truth? There was a dangerously important secret between Valerie and Dahlia. That's the reason Dahlia felt she had to kill Valerie, to keep her mouth shut permanently. A terrific story, Miss Faye. If you like fiction, that is. Enlighten the court, Miss Faye. What was the secret that was so important? Where is your evidence? Dahlia and Valerie Hawthorne in Terry Falls. There's only one important secret that connects them all. Oh yes, I know the secret. Your Honor, the defense would like to request further testimony. What testimony? Regarding the kidnapping 5 years ago, we believe it will explain a lot of things, such as the nature of the important secret between the Hawthorne sisters. Very well, I'll grant you a request for further testimony. I know it'll be painful for you, but can you enlighten us once more, my little maple leaf? Yes, I'll try, Mr. Judge. Putting on the old charm one more time, Dahlia, but this will be the last time you hide behind your womanly smut wiles. 5 years ago, I was kidnapped by Mr. Falls. The ransom price was a raw diamond. My sister, Valerie, brought it to the bridge. After she made the exchange, she shot Mr. Falls in the arm.
Sploosh.
That's when Mr. Falls tried to kill me by shoving me off the bridge from behind. I survived, but I was afraid I might be kidnapped again for my family's money, so I decided to change my identity and start a new life.
The kidnapping left her emotionally scarred. With her sister's help, she left the Hawthorne family and started all over again. And we're to believe after all that she murdered her sister? Preposterous!
Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Faye? Yes, Your Honor? As you heard, the witness is still traumatized from the kidnapping. I'll ask you again to be extremely gentle in your cross-examination. Mr. Edgeworth got the jump on me again. Ha! If we're not allowed to fight, then let's twist some arms. Listen up. We've still got that info, that ace up our sleeve. What info? Come on, kitten. Don't say you've forgotten already. The fact that the kidnapping 5 years ago was staged. That's right. It was a fake kidnapping. Terry Falls told us that in the lobby. I'd do anything she says. Anything Dahlia says. What you're saying is that the kidnapping 5 years ago was planned by... Yeah, me and Dahlia. And Valerie, too. Yes, that's it. The fake kidnapping is your best shot, Mia. That's her secret. I think I know the answer here, but let's save just in case. bridge, shot Mr. Falls in the arm. He pushed me off the bridge from behind. Yay! Did it. Yay! Woo! You say that Mr. Falls pushed you into Eagle River? However, that's hard to believe. But it's true. I felt a push on my back. I'm certain of it. It was Mr. Falls. I'm sorry. I guess I wasn't clear enough. I should have said, that's hard. I shouldn't have said that's hard to believe. I should have said, that's impossible. Impossible? I asked that the court recall the condition of Dusky Bridge, now and 5 years ago. That bridge hadn't changed one bit in these last 5 years. If someone had pushed you from behind as you had claimed, instead of being carried away by the river, you would have been smashed by the bedrock below, a most certain death. Do you understand now, Dahlia Hawthorne? The very notion that my client pushed you from behind is impossible! Ah! Your Honor, this event occurred 5 years ago. Why, for all we know, the water level in the river may have been higher back then. But it's 40 feet from the bridge to the river. A small change in the weather level wouldn't have made a difference. Ugh. You're right. If the events occurred just as the witness testified, then the defendant couldn't have pushed the witness into the river. Young lady, what is the meaning of this? You see, Just a moment, Your Honor. It's true that the witness testified that the defendant pushed her into the river. However, she never stated that she fell from the back edge of the river. What? What do you mean? After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. If that's true, she would have fallen into the river. Well, Miss Hawthorne, is Mr. Edgeworth's explanation correct? Now that you mention it, I do remember now. When I fell off the bridge, my skirt got caught on one of the bridge's side wires. You can't be serious! Order in the court. It seems Miss Faye's assault has finally reached its conclusion. Not now, Mia. This is no time to retreat. Unfortunately for you, this is just the start of Mia Faye's assault. What? I believe your reasoning went something like this, Mr. Edgeworth. After being shot in the arm, it's plausible that Mr. Falls panicked. Therefore, he could have unwittingly pushed her off the side of the bridge. However, once again I'm forced to say, that's impossible. Ridiculous. What's so impossible about it? Because your flawed logic contradicts the court record. Whoops, not that one. That's the one. Your Honor, all of the answers are right here in this photo. Take a look at the wire supporting both sides of the bridge. They extend up to about 5 feet off the ground. It would be impossible to push someone off from there. No! But let's remember the size and strength of the defendant. Wires like this wouldn't be a problem for him. He could have easily picked up a 14-year-old girl and thrown her over. So you're young and already so forgetful, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Falls had been shot in the right arm. And more importantly, Valerie Hawthorne had her gun trained on him on point-blank range. Urgh! So Mr. Falls throwing the witness off the bridge, that is clearly impossible. Gwah! Order! What is the meaning of this? Dahlia Hawthorne, you jumped into Eagle River intentionally. What? What is this? Indeed. What do you mean by such a ridiculous remark? Yes, it's ridiculous. My sister was there to help me. She had her gun in handcuffs. She could have saved me. Jumping into a raging river like that would have been suicide. Perhaps, but still, that's exactly what you did. You were probably confident that you could handle the swift current, but even more so, the witness had a much more compelling reason for jumping into the river.
Oh, then what was it? What was so important that she'd want to jump into the river? The witness is still alive. The fact alone explains everything. This is why she risked her life by jumping into the rapids of Eagle River. Now we can do the gem. Hey, Real Sneakers, what's up? Welcome to this crazy court case. How you doing today? It's good to see ya. 5 years ago, something else disappeared along with Dahlia that day. The item that Valerie brought up the mountain with her, the $2 million diamond. Ah! No, it can't be. Yes, Dahlia had it all planned from the beginning. The $2 million, she was going to keep it all for herself. She forced Mr. Falls to help her fake the kidnapping. Bang. Been playing another Code on Switch. Ooh, I heard about it. I've been seeing trailers about that game for a while. You have to tell me, like, if it's super good or not. At the last minute, she betrayed him and threw herself into the river, with the ransom tucked away safely in her backpack. Backpack. Why, that's simply ridiculous. Saw ads for that. Yep. I've been seeing ads from that, like, all the time. Your Honor, 5 years ago, the witness was only 14 years old. Do you really think a 14-year-old is capable of such a demonic plan? This woman is a demon, and there was one more person who helped make a demon out of her. Her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. You mean the victim was involved in the kidnapping plot as well? But she was a detective then. Then, you're saying that she participated in their sister's kidnapping? Precisely. I'm sure that it weighed heavily on her conscience for the past 5 years. This is the sole reason behind the victim's murder. What do you mean by that? On the day of the murder, after receiving the phone call from Mr. Falls, Valerie called her sister Dahlia, and then she told her what she was planning to do. Planning to do? She was going to tell the whole truth, as she wrote in her note. That is what sealed Valerie Hawthorne's fate. That is when you hatched your demonic plan to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. A plan that would ensure neither of your accomplices in the kidnapping would talk. And that is why you killed your sister Valerie Hawthorne. Hee. Who is that, laughing at a time like this? Aha. Forgive me, it's just hilarious. What, witness? Is that you? You amuse me, woman. Miss Mia Fey? You can certainly weave an exciting tale. Naturally, you have the evidence to back it up, don't you? Evidence? Evidence that I planned the kidnapping, of course. At 14, I plotted with Mr. Falls and my sister. And one more thing. What happened to the $2 million diamond? If you can't prove evidence, provide evidence to at least show that. Well, Miss Fey? I don't know. What a joke. You, Miss Fey. Are you stupid or something? Great story, slowly unfolds as you advance. There's puzzles. Oh no. But good news, they are not super hard, which means they're too hard for me, still. But better news, there's an option to show where to go, turn on hints, pressing the button, you get 3 or 4 hints on what to do. It's like the Professor Layton games. Hints don't help, you can read the next one. So in other words, go online and look up the hints. But I'm glad that you like it though, that's the most important thing. You like it, the Real Sneakers. Maybe one day, if I'm feeling like I hate myself, and feel like solving puzzles or something, we'll see. Nah, how can I prove a fake kidnapping that happened 5 years ago? I don't even have decisive proof of Valerie Hawthorne's murder. Well, it seems that we've come to the end. To be honest, the witness's behavior does raise certain suspicions. However, I am forced to reject the assertions made by the defense. And then the second case, and then the first case ends, and Mia loses. The end. Of course you are. Is this it? Is it really over? That girl has made a fool of me, and there's nothing I can do about it? Ha. Without evidence, the trial is over? Who decided that?
But Mr. Armando?
Come on now, kitten. Haven't you figured out that you can make your own rules? For example, even if there's no evidence, there's still testimony.
The testimony?
On the day in question, Dahlia Hawthorne murdered her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. She hid her body in the trunk of Mr. Falls' stolen car, and then went to meet with him. Disguised as her sister, Valerie Hawthorne. That's what you think, right?
Yes, that's right.
In that case, there's only one answer, right? There's only one person left who can testify about Valerie Hawthorne's murder.
Since there's no proof, there's only one thing left to do.
Who is the one person who can testify to that demon woman's crimes? How about...
Edgeworth?
No, it's Mr. Falls himself. You have to go online for the hints. The hints are built into the game, and frankly, they seem much easier than ones you've seen me do. And if you like trying, then they think we'll like it. I hope so. Maybe one day, real sneakers. Maybe one day. I'm not feeling confident in puzzles, but I'll never say never. But first, let's beat this game. Your Honor, the defense wishes to call a new witness. A new witness? Yes, we would like to hear the testimony of Terry Falls. Defendant? There's only one person that can shed any further light on the situation. Only one person that knows what Dahlia's role in the kidnapping was. Only one person that can say whether the person in the photo is Valerie Hawthorne, or whether it was in fact her younger sister Dahlia disguised as her. There's only one person who can solve this riddle once and for all, and that person is Terry Falls. So is this young Edgeworth the hit new series? Could be. Could be. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what is your take on this? And how you doing, by the way, Elfire Skyrim? What's up? Why not? The prosecution has no objection. Very well. Bailiff, bring the defendant to the witness stand. This is my last chance, Mr. Falls. My last chance to establish Dahlia's guilt. You're all I have left. Doing fine? Awesome. We're nearing the ending of case number 4, so here we go. Defendant, you've heard everything that's been said up to this point, yes? I don't believe it. No way. Dahlia died 5 years ago. Valerie betrayed me. Mr. Falls, I don't know what she said to you 5 years ago, but one thing is clear. Dahlia is very much alive, and you were used for $2 million. That's not true. Mr. Falls, there's only one question I want the answer to. 2 days ago on Dusky Bridge, who did you meet? Was it Valerie Hawthorne or was it Dahlia Hawthorne? Dahlia, did you betray me? Specifically Dynasty Warriors Gundam 2. There's a Gundam Dynasty Warriors game? I want it. 5 years ago she promised never ever betray each other. Terry. Dahlia, it's true. You are alive. You don't trust me anymore? That makes me sad. Tell the truth, the real truth. I believed in you. I shouldn't need to say it. You should already know. But there is one thing that I will say. My life is in your hands right now, Terry. Dahlia. Fair enough, look forward to see you play it. We'll see. But I hope you've been good besides that, the real sneakers. Okay, here we go. Well then, Mr. Falls, yours will be the final testimony in this trial. Witness? Gah! I'm sorry, I apologize. Water. But please, water. Can't talk. Need water. Ha. Oh well, guess it'll have to be my coffee instead. At least it'll match the way he's probably feeling right now. Darker and bitter than hell itself. This poor guy. You're trying? That's good. I'm glad you're trying. Those were from the PS2 and PS3 era. That's awesome. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped the car. I was in front of the bridge. Hang on a minute.
She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. I watched my car from bridge. I never put no body in that car. Finally, one woman came. She stood in front of me. We talked, then she left. That was Valerie, not my Dahlia. Mr. Falls, you're covering for her. Do you think she would do the same for you? That's enough, Miss Fay. His last statement was a fitting way to end the final testimony of the trial. Well then, Miss Fay, please proceed with your cross-examination. Is this how you want it to end, Mr. Falls? Another guilty verdict to go along with your death sentence? There's only one person who can stop it. You, kitten, I think. I think, he says. Thanks. That day, 4 p.m., I stopped in car. I was in front of bridge. According to the note, the meeting was supposed to take place at 4:30. You certainly arrived early, didn't you? It was raining, already dark too. You waited on the bridge for 30 minutes? Mr. Falls? Eagle Mountain, that spot. Strong memories. Why didn't he just clam up? Could it be he's hiding something here? She wasn't there, so I waited on bridge. This might be the one. You waited on bridge. Wouldn't that mean that it would be the other way around, where you two were then? Ah! So when you got to the bridge, no one had arrived, huh? So you waited on the bridge. You're sure of that? Yeah, I'm sure. You're sure, huh? Well, then I'm sure too, Mr. Falls. I'm sure that you're lying. Huh? What? Oh, I would love to hear your rationale on this, Miss Fay. You want to know who arrived at the bridge first? Just look at this photo. It's perfectly clear. Obviously, the person that came first would be the one at the end of the bridge, right? But that's the victim at the end of the bridge. Precisely my point. In other words, Mr. Falls, you must have arrived at the bridge after she did. Blah. Mr. Falls, please don't get so worked up. We just want the truth. I got there around 4 o'clock. It's true. I had somewhere to go. A special place. Did you go to the special place before you went to the bridge? Yeah, it's an old temple about 15 minutes from the bridge. 5 years ago, me and Dahlia, we promised each other. We swore we wouldn't betray each other. She brought a memento to represent our love. A memento? 5 years ago, I hid it under base of tree there. Oh, that looks familiar, guys. It's a special memory for me. This is it. This is what I went to get. This little bottle on a necklace is your memento? It's quite charming, but it looks empty. Your Honor, you heard what my client said. He arrived at the scene at 4 o'clock, but he then left his car unattended and walked away. He was gone for approximately 30 minutes. Gurk. With that much time, Dahlia Hawthorne could have easily hidden the body in the trunk of his car. No! Indeed, there certainly was enough time for it. I've still got a chance. Mr. Falls, there's no mistaking it. Erp. Huh? Mr. Falls? What? That's enough. Please. What witness? I promised her 5 years ago, if it ever happens that we can't trust each other no more, then we're supposed to drink bottle. No, stop the trial. Your Honor, we need a recess. I was stupid. Couldn't keep promise. So I did it. I drank this. No, we are so close. Just a little more. I was going to prove your innocence. No, don't want that. Don't trust self. Maybe kill again. Kill sweet Dahlia again. Mr. Falls! Mr. Armando, thanks for the coffee.
Alright. Sorry, Meg. I still have like I still have another hour left to the stream. Sorry, my dude. Mr. Falls! Whew. That's a rough way to end a court proceeding. And so my first trial ended, suddenly and tragically. It ended with no winners, only losers. I ended up with a wound that cut so deep into my soul, I thought it'd never heal. I'm sure it was the same for the young prosecutor as well. This would immediately call the court to a close. This did. This actually immediately did. But one person, the true criminal, Dahlia Hawthorne, she left the courtroom with a secret smile on her demonically sweet face. Unforgivable, that witch. Mr. Armando! We were so close to the truth. It was right there in front of us. You were just a little too soft, kitten. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Don't cry, kitten. You're going to make my coffee all salty. I knew it. I knew I wasn't cut out for this. Mia. It's music. Don't you get it? You can't cry yet. Ow. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Mr. Armando! No matter how tough the case, no matter how bitter the memories, they always fade over time, and you file them away and eventually forget about them. Jazz hands. Is that what this guy has? Mr. Armando. One year later, in this very same courthouse, I myself got wrapped up in that case. You're going? Bye, Angelove! I'll see you later, alright? You be awesome! Only after that did Dahlia Hawthorne get put on trial for her crimes. The verdict that was ultimately handed down to her was... guilty, of course. Naturally, when the verdict was read, she had a perfect angelic smile on her face. It was finally all over. At least, that's what I thought at the time. Unfortunately, I couldn't have been more wrong. It's been 5 years, but now something has happened that made me remember all this. And that is the end of Case 4, guys. Well, let's go right to Case 5. Bridge to the Turnabout. Let it be known, guys, remember before when I said the Unguard case was the second best case in all of the Phoenix Wright games? The second best? This case right here is number 1. This is the best case. Shito, the treasured Karain village heirloom, whose name means 7-branch sword. It is said that this sacred sword represents life itself. Though the branches may appear to be infinite, the choice is limitless. Like our destinies, the sword comes to but one end, one merciless point. And when the silver cord, the fragile thread that binds us to this world, is severed,
illusion is revealed and the implacability of fate is finally laid bare.
This is gonna be a long one.
Definitely. It's gonna be a long one because this game ties up all 3 games, pretty much. Hey Nick!
Yeah? What is it?
You know how I've got spiritual powers, unlike you? Sure. You are a spirit medium after all. But just like you, if I don't keep my powers sharp, they get dull, right?
I guess so, yeah.
Glad you agree. Okay, Pearly, you're up.
Pearls?
So, that's why we need to go on a special spiritual hotspot tour, Mr. Nick.
Huh?
I'm lost. What's this magazine you're shoving in my face? It's the New Year's issue of Occult, Winter Spiritual Location Special.
Oh, Pearls looks so happy.
Maximize your spiritual powers with just 1 night of intensive training. Oh, it sounds too good to be true.
I'll say. Sounds more like a scam to me.
It's at a spiritual retreat called Hazakura Temple. It's way up in the mountains, and I bet it's nice and cold. Just perfect for training.
Oh, by the way, this case is perfect for, like, right now. This part of the year.
You know, I think I've heard of this temple before. It's a famous channeling dojo. It's hard for even real spirit mediums like us to make reservations up there.
Reservations? For a temple? Are you serious?
Don't worry, I've already made special reservations just for us. Yeah, and I signed up for the special course. That's nice, and the timing couldn't be better, since we don't have a case right now anyway. Alrighty then, it's settled. Well, come on, don't just stand there. Start packing your stuff. Yes, Mr. Nick, you better start packing your stuff.
Huh? Me?
Why do I have to go? Well, we have to be accompanied by someone over 20 years old. Hey, I don't have anything to do with spirit power. Only thing I can channel is a TV. So, is there a heated pool at this Hazakura temple? No, but you can stand under a freezing waterfall.
Sorry, but I think I'll pass. I hate cold places.
What? No way.
How can you be so selfish? You keep forgetting they're like 18 at the oldest.
I think, she's 19.
And she's 9, so they're too young.
Come on, Mr. Nick, look at this place. Doesn't it look beautiful?
Nope, not going. I'm gonna be nice and toasty at home. What the?
What is it, Mr. Nick?
Let me see that magazine.
This nun. Is she a friend of yours or something, Nick?
This girl. It's...
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? You disgust me. But it can't be. She was found guilty and should still be in prison. Mr. Nick?
I'll go.
Huh?
Hazakura Temple. I said I'll go.
Yay! Isn't that great, Pearly? Yes. Oh, thank you, Mr. Nick. You'd do anything for Mystic Maya, right? Even walk over burning coals, right?
Well. Dahlia Hawthorne. I knew there was no way she could possibly be at that temple, but I just had to see for myself who this nun really was. Look at the snow. Look at the snow. It's February. Very close to the month of the day we are on right now. It's so cold here, Nick.
Maybe you should put on something warmer for a change.
Well, it's supposed to be cold. It's training. Wonder how far north in Japan this is. Probably most north. Achoo! Her teeth are chattering so loudly it's all I can do to make out what she's saying.
Wow, Mystic Maya. So this is the famous Hazakura temple.
And Pearls doesn't give a crap about the cold.
Pearly, I... Achoo! Well.
Oh, hi.
How nice to see you here. Welcome to our temple. Oh, thank you. Achoo! Oh, my. Thank you for coming all this way. Come now. You must have been cold. What's with the past tense? We're freezing into human popsicles as we speak. Ho ho ho. Well, we are high up in the mountains after all. In any case, we shouldn't speak here. Please follow me inside. Thank you. I was starting to think I would pass. Oh, yes. I almost forgot to introduce myself. I'm the head nun at the temple. My name is Bikini. Bikini? That's right. Actually, that's my temple name. What do you think? It's a tradition to have one, and I wanted something that had a nice image to it. So I thought, why not choose a bikini? Because it makes me seem younger. Wahahaha. Ho 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 ho.
If this is around Izumo, that'd be frigid enough, but if they're in Hokkaido, woof! Probably that's where they are then.
Oh, it certainly does. I signed up for your special course. Well, my. Quite brave of you considering how cold it is. Young people can be so reckless with their health. Don't blame me if you become one with those you channel. Wahaha, ho ho ho. Reckless? Wahaha? Maybe you should take it easy tonight, Mystic Maya. We can come back another day. But you went through all that trouble to get reservations for me. Yes, that's right. You've come all this way, so please enjoy yourselves. There's still time before supper, so why don't you have a look around?
Alright. Let's, talk.
So what's a channeling dojo anyway? Oh, my, you don't even know that? Forgive him, sister, for he knows not what he is saying. Well, just call me Bikini and forget that sister part. A channeling dojo is basically a spiritual power training ground. We have special holy items prepared here to help people boost their spiritual power. Holy items? If you train an entire evening surrounded by these items, it's quite mysterious. The spiritual power of these items seem to envelop you. Wow, she must have just gotten off the trolley from the land of make-believe. So what exactly is the special course? You must be incredibly devoted to be interested in that at such a young age. It's a training session where you sit on a block of spirit ice and chant a spell 300,000 times, all while being showered in freezing cold spirit water. Eh? It's February now, right? You have to be careful this time of year. If you don't watch it, you'll catch pneumonia or maybe even die of hypothermia. So be careful, you hear? How am I supposed to be careful? Oh no, I knew I shouldn't have signed Mystic Maya up for this. Sister, about this picture? Well, look at that. I must say I look rather divine here, don't you think? Oh, yeah, unforgettable in every way. You mean it? Oh, I knew it. The makeup was pretty tough, but Iris helped me out. Iris? The cute little girl in the photo. She looks just like me, doesn't she? We're just a small temple here, so she and I run the entire place. Really? This kind of sounds like sorry to cut in, but this Iris, where is she right now? Oh, just listen to you. You haven't come all the way up here just to find a girlfriend, have you? Glare. No. That's not what I had in mind at all. Anyway, Iris is in the inner temple preparing for this evening. Inner temple? Yes, that's right. Iris will be back this evening. Why don't you go have a look at the main hall for now? Waha. So she's in the inner temple, huh? Alright, let's get moving.
Bear in mind it's possible to survive for over a day in freezing water if you're trained adequately.
Not for me. For some people probably, some crazy psychos if they're trained. Me though? I'd be dead in seconds. You know when Link falls in freezing water in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom? That's how fast I would go. The main hall, I think it's even colder in here. Achoo! Mr. Nick, do you smell that? It smells like meat and gravy. Yeah, you're right. I guess it's pot roast for tonight. Yum! Weird. I thought they would serve something a little more, well, traditional. What are you talking about, Nick? You think monks and nuns just sit around eating rice gruel all the time? Mystic Maya is right. Oh, I hope there's mashed potatoes too. I love mashed potatoes. Ha ha ha. What a cute little acolyte. Whoa, hello. Greetings to all of you. Oh, hello. Wow, this lady makes Maya look like a 6.8 out of 10 on the weirdness scale. Your outfit? Did you come here for the special course too? Ha ha ha. Unfortunately, no. Actually, I'm... You're Miss Elise Donum? For the longest time I thought it was Deoxnim or something. According to the anime though, it's Donum.
What's the word, Captain Chips? Who's right here?
Deoxnim or Donum? Yes, that's right. You know of me? My name is Pearl Faye. I'm your biggest fan. Who is she, Nick? I see it now. Zavari, a fortune teller? I've got all your books, Miss Stoneham.
French, it's more like Dunim.
Dunim. What a sweet thing to say, and please call me Elise. Books? Mr. Nick, don't you know anything? Don't you even know who this is? Well, an author maybe? Yes, and an illustrator of picture books. Picture books, huh? Oh, now I get it. I'm sorry I didn't know who you are. I don't get a lot of chances to really enjoy picture books. It's alright, I take no offense to that. My books are nothing but simple stories for children.
I noticed that, Bayonetta's hair. Only people who can do that are martial arts and yoga masters.
Not me, for sure. And really beautiful pictures, too, Miss Elise. Your books always make me feel as if my heart has been purified. It makes me feel very happy to hear you say that. Do have to admit, she certainly seems like a kind, sensitive lady. Miss Elise won an award last year for her book, The Magic Bottle. Yes, a friend of mine secretly submitted a story I had written to a publisher. They liked it so much that they asked if it was alright to make it into a book. Wow, must have been a really great story. Maybe I should try to write a children's book too. If I do, you can secretly send it to a publisher for me, Nick. Recently, I've accepted a sort of apprentice, you might say. An apprentice? He calls himself Larice. Larice Dunim. I believe he's off doing some landscape sketches now. On Larice's behalf as well, I'd like to thank you for your support. Of course, Miss Elise, anything for you. Why did you come to Hazakura Temple, Miss Elise? Are you here to do some spiritual training?
I want to know how all of those, like, letters in her name make Dunim and not Deoxnim.
No, that's not it. I'm actually here to gather materials for a new book I'm working on. Wow, I can't wait to read it. Pearl's is completely taken with her. I wanted to do a book with a more Japanese feel to it this time. So is that why you're dressed like you are? The children have a certain image of me in their minds. I don't want to disappoint them. What can I say? She's really a sweet lady. Wow, Miss Elise, you're dressed up like a mountain nun. Yes, the good people here were kind enough to let me borrow this. I'm wearing training clothes underneath my robe as well. I want a staff like that. You like the crystal sphere? It's real amethyst, you know. Maybe we'll find one like that up here on the mountain. Good luck, Nick. I know you'll find me one.
You must repeat myself. French.
Why does French make so many letters sound like less letters? Well, you'll have to excuse me now. I have to go help with the dinner preparations. Wow, you mean you're cooking dinner tonight? That's right. Would you like to help too, Pearl? Yes, I want to help with whatever I can. Pearl looks like she just won the lottery. Oh, I'll help too then. No, it's fine. Please don't worry about it. Please feel free to relax and explore the area with your friend. Huh? But... Oh, yes. Please take this. I think it will be of help to you. One of these things here looks very familiar, by the way. It's a map of the area. We wouldn't want you to get lost now, would we? The inner temple. There it is on the other side of the bridge.
Don't not even get you started on the word for 99. If you want to type it in, consider the French word oisiao. It's pronounced wasso.
My gosh. My goodness. Well, if you insist, I guess we'll take this chance to go check out the other temple. Okay, I'll see you two later then. Remember, you're not allowed to fight. Come on, Nick. Let's go. At least we'll stay warm if we keep moving. Okay. Let's get moving. Huh? Where did Sister Bikini go? I guess she went to the inner temple. Or to go help that other nun out. Oh, right. I think her name is Iris. Yeah, that was it. I want to find out who Iris really is, but I'm scared of what I'll find.
Maya has no idea. French is Quatre van Disneuf.
But that's more than one word. And here we are.
This place look familiar, guys?
Wow, look at this broken down old bridge, Nick.
Yeah, and look at that big canyon below us.
Hey, there's a river down there. It looks like it's flowing real fast. What's wrong, Nick? You look like you've seen a ghost. I'm just not very good with heights. Oh, hey, I've got it. Maybe you should just face your fear and try hurling yourself off the edge. You know, 1, 2, 3, jump! Might be just what you need to get over your fear of heights.
Yeah, death is a real good way to overcome phobias, alright?
Anyway, it sure looks like a rickety bridge. Can't argue there. That's probably why it's called Dusty Bridge.
Read it again, Maya. It says Dusky Bridge.
Well, it's practically the same thing. Anyway, the inner temple is just up ahead, right? So let's go and check it out.
Why isn't there another way across? Across we go, guys. Literal translations 4:20:10:9.
What?
I don't get it.
Whoa! That bridge was shaking like jello in an earthquake. And at least half of the wood on that rickety bridge was rotting, I bet. Not to mention the last part only had like one board left on it. What's wrong with you? Your face is all green. Can you not pick on me for a second? I'm still trying to get over the shock that we made it safely across that death trap. Yeah, I guess I'm a bit surprised too. Yikes, that temple is in bad shape. Looks like it could collapse at any time. I guess people don't use it too often. Is this really where you're going to be trained? Is this really where you're going to train tonight? That has to be it. It's kind of creepy around here, like a ghost might jump out at you or something. A spirit medium afraid of ghosts? Isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic, don't you think?
Well, in we go. Wow, you can really feel how cold this room is right now.
Man, look at this place. Just a tiny freezing cold room. So this is where you will both be training, huh? Huh? What do you mean, both? I'm the only one. Really? But I thought... Pearlie's just a little kid. She couldn't handle this kind of intense training. So says the girl who can barely hear... Who I can barely hear over her teeth chattering. Anyway, the real training room must be behind that door over there. Yep, definitely getting the feeling it's back there. Even I can sense that there's something supernatural about the cavern behind this door. Excuse me, but who are you? Ah! You're... Hey there! Hi there! We're just looking around since we're going to be staying here tonight. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. I wonder why she's spaced out like that. Don't you, Nick? Did you say something, Maya? Not you too, Nick. But my name is Iris. I'm one of the nuns here at this temple. I'm Maya Fey. It's a pleasure to meet you. The pleasure is mine.
Oh, please excuse me.
Hey there, hi there, oh there. Yep. I have chores to attend to. Bye. She sure is beautiful. And a bit spacey, I guess. I guess she's just not used to talking with urban sophisticates like us. Nick? That girl. It can't be, but... The actual training area must be on the other side of this door. I wonder what it's like. Phooey, it's locked. Come on, Nick. You know what you want to open. You know you want to open it for me. I can't. You've been in kind of a bad mood lately, haven't you, Nick? Savari, I know what it is. Iris. Ha 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 ha. Iris and Nick sitting in a tree. Kissing. Whoops. What is this? A hanging scroll. Doesn't look like old either. Ah! Ah! What is it? Why did you scream like that? This scroll. It's my mother. What? It's Misty Fey, the master of the Karain School of Channeling. Are you sure? Yes. That crest at the top of the scroll. That's the special mark of the master of our tradition.
So that's what the mark means.
What is it? Nothing. It's just that I last saw her over 15 years ago. If it wasn't for that crest, I wouldn't have even known it was her. My own mother. And I can't even recognize her face. Maya.
Cool. I got it.
And there's that thing, but I don't think we need to check it. Let's go back. Whoa, we managed to make it across Dusty Bridge. Nick, you look green. Are you feeling alright? Hey, what's wrong with you? Ever since we met Sister Iris at the training hall, you've been really quiet. Huh? Oh, sorry.
Hey you, wait up!
You think he's yelling at us?
He must be. There's no one else around.
Would you mind moving? You're standing right in my way.
Oh.
Ah. Hey, I know you. You're...
Whoa, sorry. Gotta run. See ya.
Does that room look like a prison cell?
Kind of.
Prison cell, channeling cell, chamber, whatever.
How does he always show up? That's Larry for ya.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Larry Stoneham.
Liar, you're Larry. Your clothes may change, but you're still the butts. Shut up.
I'm Larice.
And I'm just here to do a sketch of Dusty Bridge.
So it really is our Larry. Not that I get why he's pretending to be someone else.
He's back again.
So what are you doing with the last name, Doonim? Well, I wanted to start over again with a clean slate.
A clean slate?
You remember, don't you, last time?
The mess-to-mess case.
After that, I started to realize I just didn't like this guy known as Larry Butts, and that's when I came across it, the Book of Destiny.
The Book of Destiny?
Do you mean
The Magic Bottle by Elise Dunham?
It's so beautiful, so moving, so gentle. My heart felt cleansed. I was saved. Maybe I should buy a copy of The Magic Bottle. Wow, Larry would make a great book salesman. I really want to get that book now, too. She's the most wonderful person I've ever met. I'd follow her anywhere. Well, she certainly is a very elegant lady. You see? Here's a photo I took of her in secret. Wow, that's a beautiful photo. You want a copy, don't you? It's okay. I just happen to have made extra prints.
Donum, two name, that's ominous. Is that what her name means?
Still, it's kind of hard to imagine you as a picture book illustrator. Tell the truth. You must have some kind of ulterior motive, right?
What are you talking about?
I don't trust anyone anymore, especially not women. Talk about a bad case of denial. Anyway, can you even draw well enough to make a picture book? Art isn't only about technical skill, you know. It's also about having a pure heart. That's why I'm asking, can you draw well enough to make a whole book? Now that you mention it, I wonder. It looks like you still have some doubt in your heart. It's true, I do. But when I first saw her, I felt it. Something inside me ended and something else began. Oh, Larry, it sounds like you've fallen in love with Miss Elise Dunham.
No, you're wrong. It's not her. It's the other girl.
Other girl? Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. Bad feeling. Du means two in French. Nim isn't name in French, but like... just mean two name or something. Ooh yeah, her, my little Iris. She's really pretty. This girl, she's perfect. She's exactly my type. I wonder if she would model for me. I want to draw a portrait of her. Yeah, you always liked those model types, didn't you, Larry? Hey, wait a sec. Didn't you say you were swearing off women? Huh? Yeah, that's right. Of course I have. I have, basically. But, Iris is different. I feel like I still have one chance left at the dream. This guy will never change. Everyone? Hey, Pearly. Dinner preparations are complete. Please come quickly to the main hall. All right. I can't wait to dig in, Pearly. I'm going to go to the Inner's Temple and call Sister Iris. I also want to have a look at where Mystic Maya is going to be training. Hey, Ice the Unknown Ranger, welcome to the stream. Larry is still Larry. Hope you're doing good today. Welcome to the Phoenix Wright, the final case of the final game of the trilogy, of course. Hehe. Boy, am I stuffed. Are you sure it's alright to eat that much before your training? Well, this kind of training is a battle of endurance. Mystic Maya, please don't do anything that might put your health at risk. No pain, no gain, I guess. I'm still worried about you. Oh, I'm doing great. I'm playing one of my favorite gaming series ever in my from the past, so I'm very, very happy right now. But yeah, I'm glad you're doing good. Well, 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 let's not dilly-dally, shilly-shally. You must get ready for tonight. Are you Tifa now? Good luck, Maya. Alright, here I go. I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess. Iris, please ring the bell at 10 for lights out, alright? Yes, Sister Bikini. And then, after you ring the bell, I want you to come join us at the training hall. I understand, Sister Bikini. Is it for the Apollo Justice Trilogy? Oh, I am. I'm very, very excited. I'm not gonna stream it immediately, but I will stream it this year, absolutely. Because I am on a big Phoenix Wright kick right now. Massive. Maya and Bikini really seem excited about this training thing tonight. I love Elise's music, by the way. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. Really? I'd love to. I'm not very good at reading. Well then, would you like to practice reading without me? Ah, I'd love to. Rose is absolutely smitten with Miss Dunham. So Larry, what are you going to do? Huh? Me? Well, I'm just gonna hang out in my room. I can't stand the cold at all. I totally hear you there. Miss Elise, so, for example, how do you read this? It says gravely. That's kind of a tough word. Oh, okay. And what about this word? That's another tough one. It says roast. What kind of a book is she reading anyway? Well, I'm going to go wash the dishes and help clean up. I'll go visit you when I'm done, Miss Elise. Who's my favorite prosecutor? I'm in between Edgeworth and Franziska. Possibly those two. But mostly all of them are pretty great. Who do you like? Well, not much to do except head to my room and huddle under the covers, I guess. It's a whole different type of cold up here in the mountains. You honestly love Godot. Franziska's your third favorite. Nice. Arg, why couldn't the nearest bathroom just be a little closer to my room? Mr. Wright? Yeah! Oh, Miss Dunham, are you going to use the bathroom too? No, but have you seen Pearl? No, not since after dinner. I thought she said she was going to go to your room. I know, but she never showed up. I'm going to go look for her. Excuse me. Have you played the other 3 games? Yep, I played them all in the past. Except for the second of this game. That's the only one I have not played. Miss Elise Dunham, a woman as mysterious in origin as her last name. Even Phoenix thinks it's mysterious. But the really mysterious one is... Black Quill's your favorite? Nice. I'm only playing this to show like my other viewers the story and how amazing like the story is and all that stuff. Oh. Sister Iris. Good evening. The really mysterious one is this girl. Are you on your way to the bathroom too, Mr. Wright? I can't let this chance pass me by. I should try to talk with her and maybe get some answers.
gosh, even the hair. The hair. Your second favorite is Clavier. He's pretty cool too. We'll be seeing them eventually. Soon, very soon.
Your sister Iris, right?
Yes.
So, when did you come to Hazakura Temple? I don't remember. Ever since I was a small child, the temple has been my home. So, you've never left? Well, I don't have any family left to take care of me. Sister Bikini, I've come to think of her as my real mother, as it were. I see. But didn't you go to college? And maybe enroll in the Ivy University Literature department? Who's your number one favorite? Oh, be wary of spoiling for the future games. There's people here that have never seen the series before. So just be careful, like, with spoilers and stuff. We don't want to take away the thrill and excitement of this series, right? Hehe. No, I never had an interest in going to a big university like that. My training is all the education I need. I see. But once in a while, when I get the chance, I make a trip to the nearby town. I can use a computer and a cell phone, too. That's not exactly something worth bragging about, but I don't see any psych locks. So I guess that means she's not lying. But please don't stare at me like that.
Very mysterious, isn't she, guys?
What kind of place is this, anyway? I heard it's for training to increase your spiritual power or something like that. It must seem awfully crazy to normal people like you. Well, I have to admit, it is a whole different world up here. I'm glad to hear you say that. Huh? Talking with dead people? Who does it help anyway? I hate it. Really? So then why do you stay in a place like this? Ah! Is something wrong? I didn't realize it was so late. Have to go and ring the bell for lights out. I guess it's almost 10 now, huh? Mr. Wright? Yes? If it's alright with you, I would like you to have this. But this is your hood. It has the power to protect you from evil spirits. Come to think of it, Sister Bikini was wearing one of these too. I pray for your safety on this dark, cold night. Yay! I got a new hood. Now I can wear it during the trial.
Whatever the trial will be.
I'm sorry, but I must bid you good night. Wait a minute, Sister Iris. Yes? Just now, you called me by my name. You said Mr. Wright. How did you know my name? I never introduced myself to you. That's... Sister Iris, please, tell me the truth. You and I... Have we met before?
Oh! Oh, God. Oh, no.
Iris? Oh, it's almost 10. Perhaps we can speak again tomorrow. Tomorrow!
A guarded soul, this one. Very, very guarded. Gong. Gong. Gong.
So my hunch was correct. She doesn't know me. She does know me. I have to try and talk with her again tomorrow.
Alright. Well, that's the case, guys. Thank you for coming. See you all tomorrow for more...
Ah!
What the? That blood-curdling scream came from the courtyard. Uh-oh.
That scream. I'm sure it came from around here. Ah! Someone's there. On the ground. Miss Stoneham! Doonim!
Squish.
I just stepped on something soft. Hey, don't step on my tummy like that. What are you doing lying there in the snow? Was passed out. What do you think? So the blood-curdling scream was you? Forget about that. Hurry and call the police. Is there even a phone in the main hall? No, but we still get reception up here in the mountains. You must have a cell phone on you, right? I didn't bring it with me. Oh, you're useless. I mean, even Iris has a cell phone. You've got no choice. You'll have to use the public phone by Dusky Bridge. Hurry. Hurry. Run as fast as you can. Yes, ma'am. If you don't hurry, Iris will. Puff. It's farther than I thought. The bridge is just up ahead. I have to go tell Maya what happened, too. Ah!
Oh, no.
dusky bridge. It's burning down. What the heck happened?
What are you doing here?
Ah! Huh? What is it? Is it me? Don't scare me like that, Larry. I almost had a heart attack. My name isn't Larry, it's Larice. Larry, hurry up and call the police. I'm going to the inner temple. Don't be stupid. The bridge is nothing but a burning wreck right now. Listen to me. There's been a murder here at Hazakura Temple. What? The murderer might have fled across the bridge. I have to make sure Maya is safe. But, please, call the police. I've got to go. Get out of the way. Get out of my way, Larry. It's too dangerous, Nick. Well, wait.
I must have been crazy. I knew how dangerous it was, but I still went for it. Crack.
Ah! Nick!
Weakened even more by the fire, the rickety old bridge's planks snapped and gave way, and as I was swallowed by the eternal darkness that surrounded me, a final, terrified scream rose up to pierce the frozen air of that harrowing night. Phoenix is dead. Game over. Oh my gosh, guys. That was a big whelp. A big, big whelp indeed.
Ring, ring.
Who could that be at this time of night? Beep. Yes, Edgeworth speaking.
Edgy, get up! It's an emergency!
Huh? Larry? Do you know what time it is?
It's not Larry, it's Larice. Larice Dunham.
This is nothing more than a terrible nightmare. I'll just roll over and...
Wait, don't hang up. It's an emergency. It's Nick. He took a really nasty spill.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time, so...
I'm not joking. His life is in danger. What? What happened? Tell me. Talk about a guy with bad luck. He may already be dead.
Anyway, you've got to come back.
You're the only one that can help. My Iris, my beautiful Iris, she needs help.
Alright, I don't know what's going on, but I'll be there as soon as I can.
I'm at the detention center. Please, hurry! Beep.
It's been 1 year since I left that country. I thought I wouldn't have to see him again for a while. Sounds like it won't be a pretty reunion, as if I expected anything to change. Yep, he called Edgeworth.
You're late, Edgy. What took you so long?
I don't want to hear it. I chartered a private jet to come as quickly as I could.
Well, you should have chartered a faster one. Anyway, just listen. Something happened to Miss Elise, and Nick is Maya, and Iris's bikini.
Huh?
Say something, Edgy.
Before I came here, I stopped by the hospital and paid Wright a visit. I believe I have a better understanding of the situation than you at this point. The murder victim was the picture book author, Miss Elise Dunham. She was found by Wright and the head nun. The suspect is the temple's younger nun. And he somehow had his number. Somehow. He just knew. Then later, while Wright was crossing the bridge, it broke and he fell into the river. The hospital says he'll need at least 2 days of bed rest.
Yes, that's right. You got it. But they arrested her. My sweet little Iris.
Here I was convinced he was the one the police had arrested. However, I still don't understand what these 2 items are for. What are you talking about? They're things Wright gave to me when I was leaving his room. This is the first. He said something nonsense about being able to see into people's hearts with this. And the other... He couldn't possibly be asking what I think he is, could he?
I'm begging you. Iris's trial starts tomorrow. With Nick out of the picture, you're all I got left. You're the only one that can represent her.
What did you just say?
You know, represent, defend. What were you expecting? Why do you think I called you anyway?
I'm a prosecutor, Larry. A prosecutor. Do you understand what I'm saying? A prosecutor is a lawyer who...
Don't talk to me like a kid. I graduated from junior high, you know.
Don't worry about it. I promise I won't tell. But I mean, I heard a paper badge had no problem fooling an entire court before. How could this country's judicial system have fallen into such decay?
Please, Edgy. At least listen to her. Listen to Iris' side of the story.
So Wright wasn't joking when he gave me this badge after all. Are we playing Edgeworth on the defense? Maybe. Perhaps. What about Grossberg? Who knows where Grossberg is these days? Is he even, alive at this point?
Thank you for coming. My name is Iris.
Edgeworth, Miles Edgeworth. I don't know if I can be of any help, but I will at least hear what you have to say about the murder.
Mr. Wright, how is he? Mr. Larice said that he might even die.
Fortunately, he will be fine. Larry, you moron, how could you say something like that? He was badly bruised when he hit the water, but otherwise he is unharmed.
Thank goodness.
But he caught some kind of nasty cold.
A cold?
He's running a high fever and is drifting in and out of consciousness. Must be imagining things. This woman, I feel like I've met her before. Huh. Larry doesn't know about Grossberg. That's a good point, actually. Larry don't know about the Grossberg. Pardon me, Iris. I would like to ask you something if you don't mind. I have the distinct feeling you and I have met before.
It must be your imagination, Mr. Edgeworth. After all, I hardly ever leave Hazakura Temple.
Hazakura Temple? What's that?
It's a place where those who wish to boost their spiritual power come to train. You need to undergo some very difficult training to release your inner spiritual power.
Spiritual power? Did you go to that temple for that reason as well?
No, I don't have any spiritual powers. I don't need them.
In that case, what are you doing at that temple then?
I've committed some sins that I need to pay for. That's why I'm there, and that's why I continue to train, to purify my soul.
Probably for the best. Yeah, Edgeworth would be a better idea than Grossberg.
I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime.
Also, there's no other defense lawyer in the world at the moment. There's no such thing as any other defense lawyer. It's only Phoenix Wright and Mr. Grossberg.
I want to ask you about last night, the night of the crime.
All right.
I helped to clean up after dinner, then went back to my room at about 8. Later, I left my room to ring the lights out bell at 10.
Bell?
We ring it at the same time each night.
I see. And then?
And then I was told to go to the training hall, but I went back to my room and stayed there.
Why didn't you go to the training hall like you were asked to?
I was frightened.
Apollo won't be trained for another year or two. Yeah.
Frightened? So I just stayed in my room and meditated until the murder happened.
There's more to her story than I know.
There's more to her story? I just know there is.
Maybe I should dig a little deeper. Frightened? You were asked to go to the training hall on the night of the murder? He could gross everyone out with his talk about hemorrhoids. I know. What a weirdo he is. He wasn't like that in the first game, but in the third game, oh my gosh.
Yes.
However, you didn't go because you said you were frightened. What exactly were you so frightened of? Ah! What in the world?
Is there something wrong?
I'm sorry, it's nothing. Looks like she's not aware of them herself. These must be what Wright was talking about. The Psycho Locks!
I believe he said that I need to present this Magatama item to do something.
Yep, Edgeworth is, doing the Psych Locks now.
So do you have any idea as to what really occurred that last night? I think it was the result of the tremendous spiritual power that was unleashed.
Spiritual power?
Yes, spiritual training has been the cause behind many great tragedies. This incident was just another example.
Iris, I'm sorry, but I can't accept that. I'm a man of science. I don't believe in spiritual power.
Yes, I understand. Most people don't.
And I'm certain that the thing that killed the victim was a human.
So please answer me this simple question. Were you the one who killed Elise Dunham? No, I'm not the one who took her life.
Those Psycho Lock things aren't appearing.
I suppose that means I can believe that she's not lying.
Heh, what's wrong? I can't believe what I'm thinking. And here I just finished saying that I don't believe in spiritual power.
It appears that's about all you can tell me. Thank you very much for listening to my story.
I visited Wright at the hospital before coming here. He asked me to take care of you.
Me?
Yes, at the trial tomorrow, he asked me to defend you.
If Mr. Wright has that much faith in you, Mr. Edgeworth, then I will gladly entrust my fate to your capable hands. But before that, I have one question.
Yes?
Do you know Wright?
Why would you ask that? When you get down to it, that Magatama would make a fantastic boon to him as an investigator. It would. Sadly, he doesn't get it during the investigation games. Oh, that's another thing, by the way, Ice. I played the first Miles Edgeworth game, but not the second one. And I want to someday. Whenever you come up in our conversation, he would begin to act a little strange. Mr. Edgeworth, what is Mr. Wright to you? He is a very dear and indispensable friend. It was 5 years ago. That's when I deceived him. You deceived him? I heard that he was in a lot of pain afterwards because of what happened. I know what a weak person I am. That's why I thought it was best if he never saw me again. I wanted him to just forget about me without learning the truth. Well, if you ask me, Wright is still suffering. And until he learns the truth, I don't think he will ever be able to truly recover. Iris, it's not too late. We should go to him. Tell him the truth. I'll defend you, but only if you agree to that one condition. All right, Mr. Edgeworth. I promise. Very well, I'll do everything in my power to get you an acquittal. You played neither. They're not easy games to get, especially the second one. That's enough information gathering for now. I should head to the crime scene. Yo, we out of here. Look at the bridge. We can't cross it now. It sure is a cold, alright. So is this it? Dusky Bridge? Oh wow, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth? Nah, Detective Gumshoe. Long time no see. It's been about a year, or has it been longer? Doesn't matter, Detective. What does matter is why you're shuffling around up here. Oh, ouch, and there's that sharp left jab. Well, I'm happy to see you anyway, Mr. Edgeworth. Let me guess, you were transferred by HR to the local precinct. A wise decision. The vast amount of nothing up here should be quite easy to guard. I heard you were back in the country and arranged to come all the way out here. Everybody's was real nice. They even let me take charge of the investigation, sure. Gumshoe indeed? Like gum on your shoe? He's impossible to get rid of. I'm supposed to report on the details of the crime scene, sir. Anyway, here I am, Detective Gumshoe reporting for duty. Great. Thank you, Detective. I thought Prosecutor Godot was gonna get here before me. That guy's a real mystery, I tell you. Prosecutor Godot? What happened while you were gone? Phoenix Wright took a massive spell, and I'm currently playing as Miles Edgeworth right now. That is what you have missed. But welcome back, Mick. Just got back into the country, so I don't really know much about the case. It's simple. Well, simple is as simple does, as they say. Oh, you've got no idea how much I've missed that biting sarcasm of yours, sir. But seriously, this one's a piece of cake. There's a witness that saw the whole thing. A witness? Yeah, that bikini lady. Bikini lady? Here, on this freezing cold mountain? Well, you should talk to her yourself if you wanted the details, sir. I may have to talk to this bikini lady. I mean, decisive witness, myself. Phoenix fell in the Eagle River and caught a nasty cold. Yep, that's what happened. He should be technically dead, but Phoenix is full of tough stuff. Like a phoenix, he keeps being reborn. So this is the bridge that Wright fell through. Yep, I can't imagine being that reckless myself. Look before you cross, is how it goes, right? Or was that leap? And? Is there something on the other side? Yeah, some old building they call the Inner Temple, but we can't get over there without a bridge, sir. What? Nobody lives there, so it's usually not a problem. But someone was at the Inner Temple doing some training, and now they're stuck there. Yes, I heard that from Wright. It's Maya Fey. Oh no, her again? Anyway, the air's really turbulent right now, so we can't do an aerial extraction. No one's gonna be able to reach the Inner Temple until tomorrow, sir. Will she be alright in this cold? So how did the bridge burn down anyway? We're almost 100% sure it was lightning. Lightning? So Maya is way over there. That's rough. He got knocked out by an angry 9-year-old girl. Very true. He's very selective with what knocks him off. With what knocks him out, huh? So who is this Prosecutor Godot? I've never heard of him. Yeah, he's a new guy. Showed up after you left the country. He's a complete rookie, but nobody can say a bad word about the guy. What kind of a man is he? just became a prosecutor recently, but he's good, sir. Real good.
If he's so good, how is it that I've never heard of him? Is he the lead prosecutor on this case?
You bet he is. After all, you know who is right in the middle of it.
You know who?
Phoenix Wright, of course. For some reason, Godot has really got it in for Mr. Wright.
Oh?
Yeah, he seems to have some kind of a grudge.
And what would be the cause of this grudge?
I don't know. Maybe he's made fun of his mask or something.
None of this is making any sense. Better look into this Godot myself. You're telling me the bridge caught on fire due to a fluke bolt of lightning?
Yep, last night it snowed for the first time in 3 days.
It's a little unusual for lightning to occur during a snowfall like that. I think that's possible, right? Lightning during a snowstorm?
But according to the weather data, lightning definitely struck.
Weather report for the night of the crime. This is a very detailed weather report. Let's see what it says. Snow with occasional lightning strikes. Snow 7 to approximately 10:50. Lightning 10 to 11. Lightning struck Dusky Bridge at 10:45, around 30 minutes passed between the fire starting and going out.
Possible, unsure, common, absolutely not. Luke at me was full of it when they said Edgeworth talked Godot up.
I know.
Well, we all know what Luke at me turned out to be. So of course he was.
Big bluffing, fakey detective demask.
Bit.
Almost too detailed. It even has the exact time that the lightning struck the bridge.
Oh, that? We got that information from the witness's testimony.
Someone actually saw the lightning hit the bridge? Who is this witness?
Sorry, I'll go ask one of the local cops later, sir.
Well, let's get moving.
To the main gate. Yo, Edgy, what took you so long?
I'm so cold my brain's turning to sherbet. I knew it was a mistake to race back to this country. What do you mean? Wright is going to be fine, and this case itself isn't anything unusual. And I find myself taking a request to defend a woman accused of murder.
Hey, wait a sec. Hold it. Objection. What's going on here, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's hard to explain, but one thing led to another, and... What kind of lame excuse is that? You call yourself a defense attorney?
Prosecutor Edgeworth is a prosecutor, and that's why he's Prosecutor Edgeworth. Prosecutor Edgeworth Defense Attorney just sounds plain old weird, pal.
Can that be the name of a game sometime?
Right, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
I'm not sure what role I'm supposed to be playing anymore. Dude, Edgy, I don't see you for a couple of years and your heart turns to sherbet. I'd say more like sorbet. It is rather cold here.
Iris didn't murder her, someone else did it. I just know it, okay? So trust me on this one.
Ever the romantic, aren't you, Larry? Nevertheless, I'll do whatever I can to prove her innocence. At least until I pass the baton on to Wright, that is.
No. Edgeworth has to deal with a lot of crap in his life.
Man, I'm telling you, Iris is so cute. Right, Edgy? You think so too, don't you? What's wrong? Why are you so quiet? To put it simply, your comment has made me highly concerned. Could it be that the reason you think she's innocent? Come on, a girl can't possibly be a murderer. I was right after all. I should never have come back. No, don't worry. I see things for how they really are this time, honest. I had a penny for every time you said that. It's just that, well, Iris is a delicate flower. You can't force things too much. Know what I mean? Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about, Larry. Oh, forget it. I didn't say anything. Larry, where were you and what were you doing at the night of the crime? Larry? What? Don't tell me. You think I might have done it? What? Get lost. Go back to your on your chartered jet and get out of my sight, you creep. And I hope your plane crashes and you die. I'll ask just one more time. On the night of the murder, where were you and what were you doing?
Oh, God.
As I suspected, Psycholocks. I'm sorry, man. You know me. Just don't remember. My short-term memory is a wreck, dude.
Oh, he was never a very warm person.
Nah, he was not. This thing looks kind of different. Suppose this type of thing is necessary up here in the mountains.
Say, this just gave me a great idea.
Something tells me he's going to tell me what's on his mind, whether I like it or not. Have you got an idea for a brand new invention? It might even make me rich. An invention? Yeah, a car that can travel on snow. I'll call it a snow car. So what do you think, sir? Would you go for a ride on something like that? Only after you take the first 1,000 test rides. Oh, this guy. Kind of think of it. When you were a kid, you were always saying, "When I grow up, I want to be a lawyer and defend people," or something like that. That was a long time ago. But see, now you've got the chance to follow up your boyhood dream for a day. Edgy, you gotta do it. You gotta save my little Iris. Grr, this is exactly why I hate childhood friends.
Oh, I love Edgeworth. Into the main hall we go.
Hey, hello there. So, how are you feeling? Alright, I suppose. Huh? Who is this? My name is Miles Edgeworth. My, a handsome boy such as yourself is always welcome. If the circumstances weren't so tragic, I might just... Please don't call me boy. I'm sorry to trouble you, but I'm looking for a woman in a bikini. Well, you found her. Now, what can I do you for? I'm sorry, but I don't see any bikinis. If you ask nicely, I might give you a peek, big boy. Wow. Mr. Edgeworth? This is the head nun, Sister Bikini. She's the witness. Why didn't you tell me that earlier? This is exactly why your salary keeps on getting cut. Nah, my stomach is already growling in protest. So, what's the latest about my beloved Iris? Well, first, I want to hear what you know. First of all, what is this? There are more Enza cushions in the corner of the room. What's that white piece of paper sticking out from under that stack? Beats me. Would you mind checking that out for me, Detective Gumshoe? Yes, sir. Here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. It looks like an old manila envelope. Yeah! What is it, Detective? This could be it. An ultra-important clue, a super special clue. I suppose I could read it myself, then. It looks like a letter addressed to Sister Iris. Tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall, unless you want your secret to be exposed. This sounds like a blackmail letter. Nice going there, Mr. Edgeworth. Why can't I ever find clues like that? You're an ultra-important prosecutor, a super-duper prosecutor. Well, I suppose it takes a super-duper kind of dumb to miss a clue like this. Salutation here. There is something I must talk to you about. I'll be waiting for you tonight at 10 at Heavenly Hall. Make sure you come unless you want your secret to be exposed. Who sent that, guys? What the heck? First, I'd like to ask you about last night. Well, last night, we had an acolyte here for training. After dinner, the two of us went to the training hall in the inner temple. She must be talking about Maya. Approximately what time was that? I suppose it was about 9 when we left here. Training lasts all night long. It's extremely exhausting. The channeling dojo's head nun must be in attendance at all times to keep watch. Wow, you're right. It does sound exhausting. Detective, this is no time for flattery. Sorry. Sometime around 11, you witnessed the incident in the courtyard, but your duty was in the inner temple. Why did you come back here? The way you're staring at me, I'm starting to get goosebumps. I'm starting to get goosebumps myself, but for a decidedly different reason. You get the chills pretty easily, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? Alright then, I'd like you to tell me exactly what you saw in the courtyard. Must have been past 11. No, I can't say it. It's too much for my poor heart. Hey, calm down, lady. Let go of my tie. Oh my gosh. I saw two people. One of them was lying on the ground. The other one was stabbing her from the back with a sword. Did you see this criminal with your own eyes? I didn't want to believe what I was seeing, but it was Iris. Seems like Donum might have. What? Oh, Donum sent the letter. We'll see. You must have been quite shocked. Of course she was. Try putting yourself in her shoes. It'll be like if you were stabbing Mr. Wright smack smack in the middle of a courtroom, and I happen to witness it from the witness stand. I'd be pretty shocked too. I know it sounds insane, but that's what I saw. And when I finally realized what I was seeing, I screamed, and then I passed out. Unfortunately for us, her testimony seems to be pretty solid. However, the idea of Iris doing such a foul act seems unnatural. Unnatural? The girl I know simply isn't capable of this sort of foulness. I wonder what she means by that. Well, guys, I hate to do this in the middle of talking to Sister Iris or Sister Bikini, but it has been 3 hours, and I need to go to bed now. It is past my bedtime. Or exactly my bedtime. Edgeworth would only stab Phoenix with words. Only words. And his pointing of his finger. But yeah, I'm gonna call it here, guys. Next time I play this, which will be in 2 days, we'll see how Edgeworth fares in court. It'll be fun. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. Thanks for coming to the stream, Ice. I hope you had a good time here. I stream every single day, just to let you know. Every single day, twice a day. So there's lots of streams to be had on this channel. But yeah, take care. I love you all. Have a great night. And I will see all of you on the morrow. Bye-bye!